I'm Slack, that's Tony, and this is Matt, and welcome to Smog Vlog. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kanger SUBOX Mini Starter Kit. Let's have a look at the unboxing. Alright, let's do this. Let's unbox the SUBOX Mini Starter Kit from Kanger. Okay, quick tour around the outside of the box. We have the details on the front, Kanger's details on the back, scratch and sniff on the top, and some copyright rubbish on the base. Let's open her up and have a look inside. Let's open the box, now we're in. Nice magnetic box, makes it very easy when you know how. Manuals, etc. We have the battery and tank. We have some spare cotton. We have a USB charging cable. We have a micro coil kit complete with coil and spare screws. And in the box you have the two types of coils. So we have the RBA rebuildable coil head here, and then we have the standard disposable coil head here. So taking a look at the good stuff, we have the SUBOX Mini mod, which has a nice magnetic cover, complete with empty battery compartment, so you're going to need to battery this yourself. USB charging, plus and minus buttons, operation button, and going over to the tank. We have the sub-tank mini complete with a 0.5 ohm coil inside it. Taking an up-close look at the tank, you can see the adjustable airflow here at the bottom, and if we unscrew that, here you can see the tank, which makes it nice and easy to fill. No worry about what you're using there at all, just watch the height of the fill so you don't go down the air hole. Comes pre-fitted with a 0.5 ohm coil. Let's juice it up and see how it runs. So here it is, the Kanger SUBOX Mini Starter Kit. It's all-in-one kit. You know, you have the choice of rebuildable coils or the disposable coils, which is pretty cool. You know, that's a good idea. I like the idea of being able to swap it in and out.
I was trying not to laugh at that bit.
It's going to be a long night. The battery doesn't come off, bastard. Yeah, it's a single 18650 in there, which allows you to sort of take it out, charge it separately, have spare batteries, or you can just charge it in the unit. So that's pretty cool. Again, best of both worlds. That's pretty good. Over to you, Tony. What do you think about this?
It's shit, but we'll go into that later. We're going to go through a few tech specs with the tank. The tank holds 4.5 millilitres of liquid. Two pre-coil heads that come with it are 0.5 and 1.5 ohm. The RBA, obviously, you can put whatever you like in. Don't know from the manual how much capacity the tank goes down to once you've got the RBA installed. If we find out, we'll put it in the description down below. Updates over the version 1 is it's got two air holes either side, which can be adjusted down to like little pricks. But you know, keep that bastard wide open. Okay, going back to the RBA section, the coils that you put in there can be read all the way down to 0.3 ohm up to 1.6. If you go above 1.6, the wattage of the device will then automatically adjust so that you don't cook your batteries.
Talking of batteries, they recommend at least a 20 amp battery to go in there, so you're not looking at your sort of like bargain bin 18650s. You want a decent one to put inside it. So while we're talking about the battery, should mention that it's sprung loaded, and you will notice that the battery fits upside down, so just be careful when you're fitting your 18650 in it, because it's a bit weird, but works perfectly fine. So, day-to-day operation of the device, what do the buttons do?
Okay, 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off for your main fire button. Up and down buttons here, down to 0.7?
7.
7 watt, up to 50 watt.
What?
Hold them both together, orientate the screen. I think we already said it was an OLED screen, so it is actually quite nice and bright. Probably can't see from there. Yeah, that functionality is quite nice. It's good button click on it. Trouble is, buttons feel a bit
Cheap.
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 Cheap, cheap.
Also, with the up and down, clicky up and down buttons for the increments for the wattage, and it is just wattage. There's no voltage. It's just literally solely wattage. It will up and down in 0.1 increments, but that will ramp up when you want to sort of like hit the top end or hit the bottom end or go somewhere quickly. It will go through one set of 0.10, sort of 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then as soon as it hits the first full one, it will then start ramping up in 1 watt increments.
That's pretty decent, because I've got a few devices that don't do that. If you want to go from top to bottom, it's freaking tedious. So, performance of the device, how do you find it using it?
Pretty much the same as any other Kanger product. It's it performs as it should do. I mean, we've all been using Kanger for fucking ages. I know I have. I've got several version 1 tanks that have been kicking about for a while. So the pre-made core heads perform as good as if you're using the vertical. These come with the new vertical coil heads. They perform as good as sort of like the pre-sold ones that are on the market right now. The RBA section, it's as good as your building skills will allow and will perform as such.
And yeah, when you've got your sort of standard build in there, how do you find the hit on it?
Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
35 watts, again, twisted Canthal, 28 gauge, about 5 or 6 wraps round a 2 mil diameter.
And what's your resistance sitting at currently?
It is 0.6. Okay, so what's your take on the device?
Yeah, so I've been using this for a while and the various predecessors of it. It's quite good, it's got quite a bit of power, it's got a fair hit, but I've always found these tanks to be quite hot. You know, the vapour you get out of them, that's probably my biggest gripe on it, and that would probably put me off. When you use something like the iJust 2, you get a huge lungful and it is sort of like fairly cool. Whereas this I find heats up quite quickly. But yeah, the vapour production's good, so if heat isn't something that bothers you, then yeah, that's fine. But for me, I prefer a cooler vape. Matt's been using this tonight. Matt, what do you think?
Well, I can see what you say about the vape does get quite hot quite quickly in your mouth. Other impressions of it, it's really simple, easy to hold, fits in the hand quite well. Buttons are fairly standard, but easy to use. The only thing I find the way I hold it is I rest it on my little finger, and the way the case is designed, you've got the release mechanism for the battery cover, and I find that actually rubs against my finger, so I think if I was using this all day, I might start to find that might start to rub a little bit raw. But otherwise, yeah, it produces a nice cloud. Fairly simple to use, I quite like it.
Okay, so time to talk about some of the cons of the device, some of the many cons of the device. Tony, let's start with you.
Well, where do we begin? I suppose first and foremost, on the top of the device it's got KBox Mini printed into it, even though this is part of the SUBOX Mini kit. Don't actually know what they were thinking there. It's a bit confusing for any consumers, especially seeing as KBox was one of their previous boxes that looks completely different to this.
One thing I noticed from a sort of a design aspect was, and I thought it was a little bit weird, is the Kanger logo on the side is only printed on the one side, so if you're a right-handed person like me, you're holding it and people can't actually see that it's a Kanger that you're using, so only people that were holding it in the left hand, people would tell straight away there's a Kanger if you weren't any the wiser. Like myself, I don't actually vape that much at the moment. I'm just finding out about all the different ones, so I would have to ask someone what this is.
So yeah, I think for me the biggest downside is definitely the heat. You know, I'm not a fan of a hot vape, and this is quite a hot vape. All the Kanger SUBOXes I've tried have been hot, and the Mini is no exception. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame there.
Okay, so a few other things about the device that I don't fucking like. Although the tank itself is made out of metal and is probably powder coated, I'm guessing, in a black. The battery part of the device itself is, I don't know, I want to say Delrin. I'm not 100%. I haven't found out, but it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel nice. Because it's shiny, they haven't put any sort of grips on it. It could quite easily slide out your hand if you've got sort of like sweaty palms, a bit nervous.
Or a klutz like me.
It's obviously only a single 18650 battery. I don't like that. There's plenty of other devices that have come out that are dual 18650s. For instance, the Smog M80, although it's a built-in battery, it does feature two 18650 batteries, and that was out ages before this sub box was out. There's no fucking excuse for it. They should have put two batteries in there. As far as I'm concerned, I think Kanger are just pandering to the masses, relying on people just to buy whatever the newest thing is that they've produced. In my mind, I think Kanger have lost their way, and they're actually just more about money making now as opposed to being an innovative company. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Could have been better. Could have been better.
They probably will bring out a better device further down the line after they've made their money selling this to everyone.
So there's some protection built into the device. It has short circuit protection for if you build incorrectly. It has reverse battery protection, has open circuit protection, which also if you build incorrectly, I guess. It's also got a PCB overheat protection built in where it will cut the power to the battery, which is pretty useful and should be a standard nowadays on this type of unit anyway. So, Tony, where did you get it from and how much did you pay for it?
I got it from a site on the webs called Vape Inc. and it cost about 54 quid. There was a discount code that I used at the time. I'll have a search around for it, and if I find it, we'll link it up in the description down below.
Thanks for watching our review of the fairly average product, the Kanger SUBOX Mini Starter Kit. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and hit us up in the comments below with any thoughts you've got on the device. Thanks for watching Smog Vlog.
Almost missed my mouth.
That's what she said. Fingering my holes.
Pretty much.
Harder.
Don't say that as I'm about to drink tea.
Sorry, I thought you already had a mouthful.
1.21 gigawatts! So I say too much. Oh god, what the fuck is this? Kanger SUBOX Mini Starter Kit.
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Shut up laughing. I'm not helping. Fuck.
I'm trying to say is that side is magnetic.
Oh, well, I don't.
I know, that's what the whole crab thing was about.
Yeah, but I can't see when I'm struggling to open a box. It's all well and good, you're just waggling.
Waggling.
Stop drinking, we're trying to record.
But you're not ready yet.
Yeah, you're going to be doing a me and saying you need a piss every 5 minutes.
That was because you were laughing too much.
I pissed before I came. Like every good gentleman.
What made a noise now?
Oh, you're wearing the cock ring.
I am.
It's supposed to delay ejaculation. So, day-to-day operation. Fuck off!
Day-to-day operation, fuck off!
I just do. Fuck you.
Monkey on the car. So Matt's been having a go on this tonight. Jesus Christ!
He's just managed to dislodge it. Really?
Did you go like that? Really?
Ding dong.
I naturally put my little finger underneath the bottom, and where you've got the release mechanism for the battery cover, I find that rubs against my knuckle a bit. That's not my knuckle. That's my knuckle.
What is
And
that?
that's what
Where's
it
the knuckle?
is.
Where's
It?
the knuckle?
Still
Does it
a
still count as a
knuckle.
knuckle? I thought these. I don't know.
No, that's the
I didn't
knuckle.
do biology
That's
when I
the
was at
knuckle.
school. Fair enough.
They're all knuckles. I don't know what knuckles are, and I still know what knuckles are.
Right, well. Don't I feel stupid?
Welcome to our world.
So Matt's been using this tonight. Matt, what do you think?
Let's have a toke. What's wrong with you?
Knuckles.
Is it Tony?
Just knuckles.
Just
Oh, shit. So, Knuckles has been using it tonight.
don't you dare! Don't you dare!
So, Matt's been using it tonight. Matt, what do you think? Oh, Knuckles. So, Matt's been using this tonight. Matt, what do you think? First impressions.
Jesus, you say I'm bad?
Yeah, well, we were
Hell,
this
this
bad first time.
Giggling idiot. Will we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So all this is getting cut out, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, fuck.
What up, tugboat?
What up, tugboat?
You're
But
right.
that hit the back of my throat.
That's
Yeah,
what
it
she
did.
said. Keep your tongue. Oh God! Don't blow him with your arsehole.
Hey! Where you... What the...
Don't fucking leave me!
Run for himself.
Don't you stay vertical.
Right, O with mouth.
Right.
Tongue sort of tucked down out the way. And
They'll just pop this in there.
yeah, open your mouth.
Hold on. I've seen this movie before.
Close your eyes. Open your mouth. It's a fairly medical product. Medical?
Medical.
Medical.
It's a fairly
Mediocre, there we go. Tapioca product.
Also slightly guacamole as well.
Don't forget Knuckles.
I'll never forget Knuckles.
You'll never
Unlike
forget
you.
Oh, God.
I mean, we always preferred Sonic though.
So, that concludes our review of the Kanger SUBOX Mini. Kanger. Someone called my batteries out.
Oh shit, Horse tranquilizers are kicking in.
I need a wee.
Should have gone before we left.
Should have left before we left.
So, thanks for watching our review of the Kanger SUBOX Mini. Oh, God.
Jesus.
So, that concludes Matt.
We got any horse tranquilizers?